What's good, ladies and gentlemen? I hope you guys are doing great. It's your guy, Lord Wedid. I hope I hope you all had a good time. Today we're back with another awesome, and with this one, I believe we'll balance it out between the awesomes and the sucks. So today's awesome, haha, Mago. It's about damn time. And today's guests are gonna be none other than, you've already guessed it, the acolytes. Haha, Mago. Mago, I love it, Mago. It's about damn time. So without any further ado, let's get started on this. 19 reasons why the acolytes are awesome. And I conjured up a few bonus reasons, to be fair. Because you know how the acolytes were. They were very cool, even as the APA later on. Reason number one, a very cool name. It was actually the name of the team was actually good and actually fitted the chemistry of Ron Simmons and Bradshaw at that time. Man, I miss them as a team. Very funny and very entertaining. Reason number two, why the acolytes are awesome. A very cool theme song. Because if you look at the theme song, it actually fits with the characters, as well as the it tells you how cool those people are, as well as how that shit's about to go down with those two. Man, I miss those days. In all honesty. Reason number three, why the acolytes are awesome. Great teamwork. Because when you look at their matches, I did look at a few matches before coming up with this awesome, as well as a document which describes the history of the acolytes. A very good one, mind you. And thanks to those two things, I was able to conjure up those reasons. And I remember them in all honesty. And to be fair, both Ron Simmons and JBL are were going to be awesomes. So I guess it came out that the awesome is going to be on the team. Let me know if you'd like me to do one on each separately. It'll be much appreciated later on. As for the requests of the reactions, the sucks, and all, I'll be doing them throughout the week by God's will, hopefully. And what I meant by great teamwork is that the natural chemistry and the the character work and everything that goes along with it, Bradshaw and Farouk did a fantastic job. We need teams like those nowadays. But unfortunately, you know how a certain big nosed cuck, a caveman named Triple Fraud, being the simpleton that he is, he's like, "I gotta push all the jabronis that are beneath me, and my legacy must be protected. I gotta shove all my favorites down people's throats, even though they suck." And to some people that were saying that, oh, CM Punk should be a champion. No, he shouldn't be a champion because you know how things are gonna be. He's gonna be like, yeah, I want to be this prima donna. I want everyone to kiss my ass. No, what you deserve, CM Punk, is my boot straight up your ass. How about that, you son of a bitch? Anyway, that's not about him. Reason number four about why the acolytes are awesome. Both, whether they're as a team or separately, are very competent wrestlers. Because you'll tell by their looks, by their style, as well as the aspects of the characters, you'd be like, damn, shit's about to go down. You'd be like, who are these people? Like, damn, these are not humans. They're amazing. Do you get that out of any one of Noseman's flunkies? No, because they're mediocrities by excellence. Prime examples of mediocrities by excellence would be a Sami Zayn, a Seth Rollins, a Damian Priest, a Johnny Gargano, a Tabasco Sauce, aka Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano, as I previously illustrated. Who else? A mediocrity, like a Charlotte Flair on the women's division, a Rhea Ripley, for example. A mediocrity by excellence, an overhyped garbage. Who else? A Gunther, another example. I've already did a sucks on this jabroni. And it was probably the quickest reason The quickest one that I came up with the reasons why this piece of garbage absolutely sucks, and so on and so forth. Most of the people that he shoves down our throat, like your EO Skies, like your who else, or before that, the guy that is along Seth Rollins, the neckbeard looking schmuck, Bronson Reed, another example of mediocrity. Who else? Undisputed jobbers previously, the Adam Cole and his flunkies. Garbage mediocrity. Who else? Cody Rhodes that he's shoving down our throats. CM Punk, the perfect example, the Hulk Hogan of the Sami Zayns, mind you. That's CM Punk for you. But unlike people like Bradshaw, Farouk, Kane, Cena, and all those guys, you'd be like, these people are not humans. They're cool. Hell, even a Booker T. You'd be like, holy fuck, that's a giant motherfucker. That's why those guys are awesome. Let me know if you'd like me to do an awesome on Booker T later on, which I'll probably do for sure. Or like a Val Venus, another example of an awesome. Bob Holly, and so on and so forth. Anyway, reason number 5. The move set of each is actually pretty good and actually fits the characters. And Bradshaw, by the way, I really enjoyed his big boot. Oh my God, Bradshaw, you're a very privileged man, Mr. Layfield. That's for sure. You're a very privileged man because the way you do the big boot, it's a sign right there. Same goes for you, Mr. Simmons, with your brawling style. Damn! Now we'll move on to reason number 6. Good psychology. Because you'll notice about those two, whether they're as a team or separately, very smart gentlemen and understand the fundamentals of the business, and we're actually in shape in order to sustain, avoiding injuries, unlike the flip-flop jabronis like your Seth Rollinses, your CM Punks, your Sami Zayns, and all those mediocrities that I mentioned above. And yet people hated on like a Cena when Cena kicked out or came back soon after an injury, because Cena is built like a normal, the way a proper wrestler should be, not like those mediocrities. Anyway, reason number 7, which illustrates to what I've been saying previously. Both were in good shape. And now we'll move on to reason number 8, which is one of my favorites. Both of them were a part of an awesome team, which was none other than Ministry of Darkness. Man, those were good times about the Ministry of Darkness. I believe that team was composed of The Undertaker player, who now became the Cocker Taker. Who else? Let me see. Midian, I believe. Viscera, Edge and Christian, Bradshaw and Farouk. Gangrel also, I believe they were a part of the Brood. When Edge, Christian, and Bradshaw were... Gangrel were a part of the Brood, I believe. As well as Bradshaw and Farouk being a part of the Acolytes. Those were good times back then. At least those guys had creativity and all. Unlike the boring product that you have now under Noseman, that big nose cuck. Which makes me think he needs to be fired urgently. Fuck him. Now we'll move on to reason number 9, why the Acolytes are awesome. Farouk is a very cool guy. Because watching the documentary, I was able to understand and analyze the character, and Mr. Simmons is actually a very cool dude. Same thing with Bradshaw. I know JBL most of his career he played the character of a heel, and after he transformed from Bradshaw to JBL, but at least the person was able to show a good facade of someone that is cool and someone you'll enjoy hanging out with. Unlike those marks, like,
I'm gonna get me the next move. How am I gonna get Dave Meltzer and Mark to like me?
that's what the marks like your Seth Rollins is, your CM Punks and all will be thinking. While people like JBL, Booker T, like who else, like a Val Venus and all will be thinking like, how am I gonna get a character that is gonna be successful, that is gonna be able to help me be a success, be a remembered person over time, much like even the Undertaker to some extent. Something those you modern wrestlers should learn from. But no, you're too stubborn to understand those things. Reason number 11 why the Acolytes are awesome. The brawls they had as a team were actually cool, and you'll enjoy it. They'd be like drinking beers and starting fights and shit. Oh my god. Man, those were good times, in all honesty. Really missed that team. Reason number, I believe, number 12. Yes. The longevity of that team. I believe they were around together for like 6 years and all, and how that team broke up, it made you care for either of them. Sure, you got sympathy for Ron, and you hated JBL, but understanding the character work, JBL did a fantastic job. I'll say it again. Him, Booker T, like Val Venus with his porn star gimmick. Let's say John Cena from going from ruthless aggression, bit slapping people to Thugonomics, the rapper, the wannabe rapper. Let's say who else that I can think of that was able. Randy Orton from the whatever guy to the legend killer, and was able to put up a good thing of his intermittent explosive disorder gimmick when he was like kicking people and realizing, oh, what have I done? That was a good work, by the way. And many other examples. Something those mediocrities will never learn because they listen to the neckbeards instead of listening to guys like us, which means me and my subs and the TWRP, the King Mikes and Haters, TW Booty Hunter, J Rants, and all those guys, which are very cool. And I love all of y'all, no exceptions. Now we'll move on to reason number 13, which correlates to reason number 9 and number 10. Bradshaw and Farouk seem like cool people that you'll hang out with. Let's say you were to meet them and you'd be chatting with them. You'll be enjoying your time. You'll be like, man, I'm looking forward to meet those guys again. But let's say you were to meet like who that I can think of, a Sami Zayn, a Kevin Owens, and all. You'll be like, oh god, what a bitch! Get him the fuck out of there. That's what you'll get out of those jabronis. Now we'll move on to reason number 14. Farouk is actually pretty good on the mic separately. I know his work as a part of Nation of Domination proved that he's actually a competent mic worker. Same thing as Bradshaw for reason number 15. Bradshaw is very good on the mic. I know after the character work, I'll even introduce the reason the character work when he went from Bradshaw to JBL. That promo was a fantastic. Would recommend you modern wrestlers to watch from it to understand what character works because you're not gonna get over by beating up your body and shit. No, it's not how it works. And if you think Triple H will care about you, no, he'll be like, you're replaceable. Oh, I got another jobber. Fuck you. That's about it. Simple as that. That's how we think. That big nose incompetent. Focus the way Vincent Kennedy McMahon used to think. God bless you, Mr. McMahon, and fuck you, nose man. That's what I have to say. Reason number 16 why the Acolytes are awesome. I got a little lost. Pay it no mind. Farouk did a good job in Nation of Domination. We are the nation. Nation of Domination. Man, those were good times. I believe that team had like Farouk, The Rock, Mark Henry, I believe, before he was after or before he was sexual chocolate. Man, you know what I'm saying? I miss those times, man. Those wrestlers should learn from the older ones. Damn, I've missed those days. Yeah, pal. Anyway, now we'll move on to reason number 17, which is a favorite of mine. Why this team is awesome. Very organic and naturally built friendship. Their team, like they were like more than just friends. They felt like they were twins. They were like brothers. You know what I'm saying? And it came out organically and naturally. That's what makes it
Stupendous, pal. Yeah, it's gonna be stupendous. The kids will love it.
had to do it by Vince McMahon on that part. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, Reason number 18, which correlates with the reason number 13, I believe, and reason number 9 and number 10. You'd look forward to see each of them the next week, because that's the impression you'd get out of those guys. And which makes me think, why newsman and that incompetent William Regal, that incompetent, can't find good talents like those the way back in the day Jim Ross used to, and many others, the OVW system and all. But no, instead of developing your talents, you shit, you bury them for pushing mediocrities that are banged up and fucked up. Which makes me wonder, what is the point of NXT and what is the point of a performance center if you're going to bring a bunch of indie jobber schmucks that haven't learned shit and that us as fans would do a better job than them? Makes me wonder, why haven't you fired Triple H already, being the detriment that he is? Anyway, now we'll move on to reason number 19, I believe. A great idea by Vince McMahon of having them drinking and partying and shit. Another one of those Vince ideas. Thank you very much, Mr. McMahon. And I cannot wait to see you back again and do your Vince McMahon pose and no chance in hell and say to that big nose cuck,
You son of a bitch! Ah, fired! Get the fuck out of here, you big nose cuck! Brock, throw him out the window.
sure thing, man. Fuck you, big nose idiot. Now we'll move on to bonus reasons. The APA, the Acolyte Protection and Door Agency, and the Door segment was actually pretty funny if you look at it. Even though I know it was kind of ridiculous, but at least they were entertaining and you'd have fun with them. And that's the way. I know some marks were overhyping the likes of,
Oh, Nick Kaiser, he's gonna be amazing. Gunther is so great.
yeah, those guys would be like being laughed at by Bradshaw and Farouk. You'd have like Bradshaw breaking a beer mug over their heads. They'd be jobbers on Sunday Night Heat. Like, let's say Val Venus was to squash them in a 2-minute squash match. Man. Bonus reason number 2 why the Acolytes are awesome. Competent hired guns. At least when you'd hire them and you'd pay them to do their job, they'll get the job done. Unlike incompetents like the ones that Noseman favors, they keep on getting paid millions of dollars, yet record low ratings. But you'll have like people like, look at the attendances, look at the, I mean, look at the attendances, but look at the declining viewership, you son of a bitch. Look at those. I don't mean son of a bitch, but look at those declining ratings, dude. Open your eyes. Don't be fooled. The fact that you lost over half of an audience in less than a year exposes that your product is trash and it needs to be fixed. You cannot rely forever on old guys from the past. Develop your new ones. Saying like guys like Ricky Starks is the future. No, Ricky's well over his 30s. You should invest in your late 20s or early 20s to early 30s, not mid 30s and above. Mid 30s and above, the fact that those guys are still in development means that they suck. Randy Orton in his 30s was already multiple time champion. Same thing with John Cena as an example. So on and so forth. I get carried away. Sorry. Bonus reason number 3 why the Acolytes are awesome, which would be reason number 22. Naturally charismatic, both of them. Both Bradshaw and Farouk are actually very charismatic people. They can get you to like them like this if they wanted to. And that's a sign of competent people. Reason number 4 why the Acolytes are awesome. Ron Simmons says, damn! That was an awesome. Shout out to you, Mr. Simmons. Reason number 5, bonus reason number 5. Bradshaw's clothesline from hell. which was a move that I really used to enjoy back in the day, especially like when you play with him as and you're squashing like some jobbers, like let's say back in the day, a CM Punk or a Cody Rhodes. I know CM Punk wasn't a jobber, but I call him a jobber because that's what he should have been in all along. Or like Cody Rhodes or someone of that caliber, you'd be like, Nago, clothesline from hell, the fuck out of here, and pin his bitch ass. And later on, another reason why they were awesome, I believe that the team of the APA, after being the acolytes, their team was actually pretty good. And final reason why the acolytes are awesome, you could tell, even though after they split up and both of them moved their separate ways, in the documentary, you could tell that both of them, whether it could be Bradshaw or whether it could be JBL or Ron Simmons, they actually care about each other as family members, and of the that's a sign that their team was actually great and it was done perfectly. Shout out to both of you, and as well as Mr. McMahon of having the idea to be of them being partying people. And with that being said, that ends this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know if you like other types or reviews, or you'd like me to react to articles down below. Make sure to comment, like, and subscribe. We're almost close to 100, guys. We got to make sure that at least by the middle of October or the end of it, we'll get close to 100. And we'll be doing. Let me know about the gameplay if you'd like me to do it like a Saturday or a Friday. Let me know. It'll be much appreciated down below. As for the requests, I believe the reaction of about the reactions and we'll be done. Don't worry, guys. And a big shout out to all the new subs. Some of you get notified and some of you don't. So that's why I don't want to like shout someone and don't shout the others. So I'll shout all of y'all. And you know, yours surely loves you all, no exceptions. So with that being said, I'll see you next time. Peace out, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen. Take care.